Hi guys, so welcome again to another video of Dr. Aral. In today's lesson, we're going to discuss the tour of the cell, the structure of your cell. So we'll have a tour basically. So the objective of this video is for you to know and understand the basic structure of your plant and animal cells, differentiate the plant versus animal cell, and of course, know the different organelles inside the cell. So yeah, alam niyo na yan. So mabilis lang to since review lang. Now we have here your plant and animal cells. So as you can see, we have like a lot of common organelles. Diba? We have plant and animal cell, have the nucleus, nuclear core, nuclear envelope. So somehow, medyo parehas lang kasi they are both eukaryotic cells. So it is characterized by having the nucleus. So the net material is inside the nucleus. Okay. So, but still, there's differences pa rin naman. Like, for example, the chloroplast. So the chloroplast can only be found in your plant cell and the cell wall as well. So the cell wall functions for the protection of the cell and of course the shape na rin. Here in our animal cell, wala naman tayong cell wall. But yeah, we have naman the cell membrane. So, but thing is, the centriole naman. Itong centriole, hindi siya nakikita sa plant cell. So plant cell may have vacuoles which act like lysosomes in animal cell, lytic vacuoles. So in this pala, so as you can see, we have the vacuole. So the vacuole that is present in your plant cell is different that is from the vacuole that is present in your animal cell. Because the vacuole here is what you call the centralized vacuole. So yeah, hindi naman siya nasa gitna. Pero basically, if you like observe it under the microscope, kung makikita mo lang din talaga. Using the compound microscope, makikita mo lang din talaga is yung vacuole sa nucleus. So yeah, somehow we call it centralized. And yeah, it stores water and iron. But here in our animal cell naman, we have vacuole pero maliliit lang. Okay? So you might be confused what's the difference between your cell membrane and your plasma membrane? None. Wala naman siyang difference. So different name lang, pero they have the same structure. Okay? Then later on, we're going to discover kung ano pa yung differences between your plant and animal cells. Now, let's start by tour. Okay, start natin yung tour natin. So, let's start with the nucleolus and the nucleus. So, this one, we call that nucleolus, and it is where the region it is the region where ribosomal units, your RNA and proteins are formed. So this RNA, are RNA and proteins. So they constitute the structure of your ribosome. So nandito silang lahat. So kaya siya parang whenever we draw a cell, di ba we draw a cell like this one, and then the nucleus, and then sometimes, di ba, naglalagay tayo dito ng parang bilog. Hindi yan yung mata ng nucleus. Pero we tend to do it like that kasi whenever we see a picture of it, parang merong darkened part ng nucleus. So, that is because kaya siya darkened. Kasi when you stain the nucleus, basically, because of the high concentration of the ribosome that is in here, the ribosomal unit that is in here, uh, it appears darker. Kaya ganyan yung itsura niya. Okay? And then, dito, yung mga ribosomal units, diba? Sinabi ko. And then, doon naman sa paligid niya, we have the chromatin. So, this chromatin are actually the complex of DNA plus proteins that makes up your chromosome. So, all related RNA that will make your future ribosome, nandito siya sa gitna. Pero those are naman na hindi responsible for the production of your ribosome. Nandito lang sila sa may kilit-kilit lang. Andyan sila, yung mga DNA nyo plus protein. Okay? And then, since we're done with your nucleolus, let's go now to your nucleus. So the nucleus is this whole thing. So this whole thing is what we call the nucleus, which is the control center of the cell. Now, kabisado nyo naman na. And it is also where the genetic material is located. So, nandyan daw yung genetic material such as your DNA nga, na sinabi ko kanina. And then, As you can see here naman dito sa picture natin, schematic diagram, meron siyang nuclear pores. So these nuclear pores are actually functions for your key control of the things that enters and leaves the nucleus. So, di ba, meron siya dito mga pores. Okay? So, what's the function talaga nung, paano natin, ano talaga yung ginagawa na, di ba, we know na it controls what enters and leaves the nucleus. Pero ano ba kasi yung lumalabas doon at pumapasok sa loob ng nucleus? So, for example, you have here your DNA, di ba? And then it will undergo the process of uh, central dogma. Diba? Alam niyo ba yung central dogma? So that is just the production of protein pala. Okay? So we're going to discuss that naman in your second sem in Bio 2. But just to give you like an overview. So what happens during the central dogma is your DNA replicates and then it undergoes the transcription. And then after the transcription, your mRNA will live out of the nucleus. So for example, kasi you have here the mRNA, yan, tapos lalabas siya doon sa nucleus nyo through the nuclear pores. And then it will go to a ribosome where it will complete the translation process. So that basically is the function of your nuclear pores. Parang nadaan doon yung mga mRNA nyo. Next naman, we have the ribosome. So the ribosome functions for protein synthesis and is composed of the rRNA, ribosomal RNA, and protein. So we have actually three types. So the two types are this, the free ribosome that can be found in the cytoplasm, so nandun na sila. And then the bound ribosome naman that is attached in your RER. So that is, kaya din tinawag na RER yung endoplasmic reticulum na yun kasi nga mayroon siyang ribosome. Hindi siya ribosome endoplasmic reticulum. It's because it's wrapped kaya RER. Okay? So we have two parts of your ribosome. We have the large subunit and the small subunit. So ribosomes are basically for protein synthesis, but how does it happen? How can we synthesize proteins with the help of the ribosome? So continuation tayo kanina, di ba? For example, you already have your mRNA, lumabas na siya sa nucleus, and then it will go now to your ribosome. So in your ribosome, your mRNA will split through it, ayan, and then it will be read by your large subunit. For example, kasi ang pagbabasa niyan or pagko-code is by 3, so we call that codon. So for example, here you have your 3 codon, and then babasahin niyo yan, and then your tRNA naman, your tRNA will supply the specific amino acids for that codon, and then the process repeats lang until ma-complete yung pagko-code ng whole mRNA. So for example, you're done with coding all this codon, and then you're done with the amino acids. Ito na yung amino acids mo. When it's done, natapos na siya, it will be this parang release from this piece. Ayan. Release na siya. And then once it's released, now you can modify this protein that you have. Okay? So that's the process of protein synthesis. Next is the vesicle. So the vesicle is actually a broad term because it can move molecules like your transport vesicle, and then could also digest particles. Also, it can secrete materials inside and inside a cell in order to survive. Next is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So the rough endoplasmic reticulum packages protein for secretion. So kanina, di ba, sinabi natin na in the nucleus, meron siyang mga pores, and the pores controls what enters and leaves. And then sa pores, di ba, pwedeng lumabas doon yung mRNA. But also, we should be, we should also consider na your RER is somehow still connected with the nuclear membrane of your cell. So, minsan, hindi na rin naman sila lumalabas sa pores, but here na lang directly papunta sa ribosome na meron sa RER. So once na-process na yung pag-produce or na-synthesize na yung protein na kailangan, kasi nga may ribosome naman, so pwede naman sa RER. These RER will help that protein. For example, meron ka ng protein dito, tapos na yung process ng translation, may protein ka na. So that protein will be further modified. So what do we mean by further modification? So ibig sabihin lang nun, that protein um, could be added by carbohydrates, ganon, could be added by the lipids. So yun, pwede yun. Yun yung mga modification na pwede mangyari. Depende kung ano yung kailangan ng cell. Also, pwede rin naman na yung folding yung folding ng protein. So, we'll talk more about it when we reach more, your biomolecule. Okay. So, once it's done na, the packaging of the protein, the modification of the protein, it will be sent to your Golgi apparatus through a transport vesicle and could also make a replacement for the membrane. Now, for example, di ba, doon na ma-modify galing sa endoplasmic reticulum sa RER, for example, ito yung vesicle mo, tapos nandito yung protein. So, it will be transported to this phase of the Golgi apparatus. So, this is your Golgi apparatus and it has two phases. This is in the trans. Sa cis siya palaging nag-a-accept and then sa trans siya palaging nag-ship out. So, yun yung tandaan mo. Cis receives, trans ships out. Okay? So, your Golgi apparatus, anong ginagawa niya is it sorts your protein. So, kung yung RER nyo is like a factory, siya yung gumagawa. Like, siya yung gumagawa ng para magkaroon ka ng finished product. Yung Golgi apparatus naman, siya yung nag-support kung para saan siya, kung saan siya mapupunta. So, para siyang career. Like, for example, diba, sa JNT, kasi ganyan yung LBC, so they are courier. Tapos sila yung nagsusort kung saan papunta yung package. So parang ganun din Golgi apparatus. So for example, na-sort niya na kung saan siya pupunta, it will be shipped out by your transport or secretory vesicle. Kanina transport ito ng secretory vesicle palabas ng cell membrane. Okay? Next is the cytoskeleton. So cytoskeleton functions for the support of motility. It also regulates biochemical activity. So it has three types: microtubules, microfilaments, and intermediate filaments. So microtubules are actually those that support the cell and forms the spindle fiber for your mitosis and meiosis. So don't worry naman. We'll discuss that more when we go to your cell division. So microfilaments is composed or made up from actin, and compared to microtubule, they are much more thinner that supports the cell on smaller scale. Now, we also have your intermediate filaments that positions your organelles inside the cell. Parang hindi sila mag-move from one place to another. So, imagine like, nakita mo yung nucleus na doon sa may gilid na wala na siya doon sa gitna. Tapos, alam mo yun, naghalo-halo na sila. So, yeah, they're really important then. We also have next is your endoplasmic reticulum that is smooth. So as you can see guys, wala siyang ribosome. So wala siyang ribosome. That's why it is called smooth. So it functions for it synthesizes lipids, metabolized carbs, detox, like dogs and poisons, and store calcium ion. So it produces a lot of lipids. Okay, like cholesterol, yeah. So it's really important for detoxification kasi nga, it breaks down toxins. So for example, you're an alcoholic. Sana hindi. Sana hindi naman kayo alcoholic. So for example, you're an alcoholic. Your body tends to have, or your cell tends to have more smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Kasi nga, it is good for detoxifying what enters your body. Next is the mitochondria. Yay! Mitochondria is plural. Mitochondrion is the singular. Yeah. So mitochondria, those are the side of cellular respiration of you already know that. Like for us to um, like produce energy to the form of ATP. So it has double membrane, the outer and inner membrane. So it has a cristae. So yeah, kanina pala hindi ko nabanggit, pero we call the Golgi apparatus tayo. We call yung doon cisternae. Dito naman, we call this cristae. So folds on inner membrane contains enzymes for ATP production. And because of this, parang kaya tayo may fold, it is to provide or to increase the surface area to produce a lot more of ATP. Like for example, if you just have your mitochondria and you have just a straight line there sa gitna, di ba parang mas konti yung surface area, so mas konti pag-produce mo ng ATP. But when it's folded, mas okay. Mas maraming surface area, mas maraming mag-produce ng ATP. And the matrix, we call the matrix inside the mitochondrion, um, we call that, the matrix is fluid-filled inner compartment. Okay. So, yeah. So, sabi din ng scientists before, so they said that the mitochondria actually looks like a bacteria. So it looks like a bacteria, and that's because they theorized that mitochondria became part of ourselves through the endosymbiosis. So they said that mitochondria can live alone before dati pa. So nandito yung mitochondria. For example, you have here like yung mitochondria, and then you have the ancestral cell. So since um, the mitochondria kasi has its own DNA. It can produce, diba, energy then. So they said that through the process of endosymbiosis, like, nag-combine itong mitochondria nyo into the cell. And then, that parang makes sense kasi your mitochondria, meron na siyang place to live in. And then yung cell naman, it has the energy that it needs na. So like, it's a win-win situation. So, we'll have another topic naman for the endosymbiosis and the evidences na meron yung mga evidences kasi sabi ng mga scientists. Okay, next is the vacuole. So that is for storage of materials like food, water, minerals, pigments, and poisons. So in plants, we have a large centralized vacuole that stores water ions. In animals naman, we have vacuole then, pero it's more on like maliliit lang siya. Also, in fruities, meron silang what you call a contractile vacuole na parang they pop out water pag sobrang yung water nila sa body nila, sa mga proteins. Hence is the cytoplasm. So it is a clear gelatinous fluid inside the cell which suspends and holds cell organelles such as the nucleus. So now what's the difference between the cytoplasm and the cytosol? So basically the cytosol just refers to the water and anything that is soluble and dissolved in it, such as ions and soluble proteins. Those naman that is not soluble na nakikita niyo sa cell, for example, your organelles, um, they are insoluble, di ba? So, okay, ang gulo ko. Pero cytosol is just this fluid lang. Talaga fluid na may soluble ions inside it. Pero when you have the organelles na, so organelles from the cytosol, it is your cytoplasm. Okay? Okay, so lysosome naman, so it functions for intracellular digestion, recycle cells materials, and program cell death. So that is program cell death is also called as apoptosis. So your lysosome contains hydrolytic enzyme, which is the lysozyme. So this lysozyme enables the lysosome to parang digest anything that feeling niya kailangan i-digest. So for example, we have these two processes, the phagocytosis and then the autophagy. So yung phagocytosis naman is, for example, you have a parang kailangan na siyang i-dispense ng cell, like hindi na siya masyadong kailangan. So it will be enclosed by the food vacuole, and then itong content sa loob once na mayroon na siyang sariling like vacuole, ganyan. So this lysosome that contains digestive enzyme will act upon it, and then it will digest whatever material yung meron doon sa loob ng food vacuole. So in autophagy naman, so autophagy is autophagy happens when you have like a non-functional um, organelles. Like for example, itong mitochondria, hindi na siya nagpo-function, and then yung peroxisome, hindi na din siya nagpo-function. So what happens is it will be enclosed by a vesicle, and then the lysosome again will act on it, and then syempre, since it has digestive enzyme, i-digest na lang to. And then, yeah, so that's what we call recycling, di ba? And then, itong mga particles that are materials that it can be used with the cell then. So, that's what we call cell recycling. Program cell death naman. So, yun yung parang pag yung lysosome mo biglang nag-pop dun sa loob ng cell, just expect, of course, na yung buong cell mamamatay. Kasi nga, itong mga hydrolytic enzyme niya, pag na parang kumanon siya, sumabog siya sa loob ng cell, of course, mamamatay yung buong cell. Kaya tinatawag din siyang suicide sac. Okay? Now, next is the centrosome. So, it is the region from which microtubules grow. So, this is the whole centrosome. But, centrosome is the combination of your centrioles and the microtubule. Di ba kanina naman, microtubule, we discussed this as part of your cytoskeleton. And then this centriole is responsible for producing spindle fibers. Then, so your centrosome is also called as the microtubule organizing center, and this centriole, makikita lang siya sa animal cell. Okay. Cell plasma, cell membrane or plasma membrane, they're just the same, sabi ko nga kanina. So this holds the cells together, and the eukaryotic cell membrane is very similar to prokaryotic cell membrane. So they are all membranes, parang most of them naman, they just have the same structure, ganyan. Parang siguro nagkakatalo na lang sa complexity niya. Pero it's just the same, like it is composed of phospholipid bilayer. So the membrane is important for transporting substances in and out of the cell. Okay? So that is, you need to also remember that the cell membrane is what? It's oh my gosh, nawala sa isip ko. Semi-permeable. Okay. So, yeah. The cell membrane is composed of phospholipid bilayer. Bakit phospholipid? Kasi, yeah, it's composed of phosphate and yung lipid. Tapos bilayer kasi it has two layers. Okay, so here you have one layer and then the other layer. So, also, the structure of your phospholipid looks like this. So, you have your hydrophilic region and then your hydrophobic region. So, hydrophobic entails, they don't want water. Kaya nandun sila like nasa loob. And then yung mga exposed, ito yung mga exposed mo. So, that's your hydrophilic region. Yung head niya. Okay? So, we have like a topic lang na pag-uusapan lang natin how complex your cell membrane is. Okay? So, yeah, that's your cell. Now, what are the other structures that can be found in plant cells? First is your cell wall that protects the plant and maintains the shape. So it is composed of cellulose. So this cell wall is also present in other types of cells. So for example, in bacterial cells, in bacteria, mayroon din silang cell wall and it is composed of peptidoglycan. Peptidoglycan. So yeah, it's composed of peptidoglycan, and in spongy, it's composed of chitin. Okay. So we don't have cell wall. Animal cell doesn't have cell wall. Yeah, anyway, plasmodesma sa plasmodesmata is a channel between cells to allow passage of molecules from cell to cell. Just para siyang cell-to-cell communication. Like, can you see here, yung channel? Itong mga channel na to, that is what you call plasmodesmata. Diba? So, instead of parang may, from one cell to another, kaya may kailangan kang ipadala. Diba? Hindi mo na kailangang mag-go through the cell membrane. Like, kailangan mo pang mag-pass through the cell wall muna, tapos cell membrane, ganyan. So, it's really parang taxing. Dami pang ganap na mangyayari. Pero thank you sa plasmodesmata kasi hindi naman na yan kailangan. Kasi mayroon na silang channel. Mayroon na silang dadaanan papunta sa isang cell to another. Amazing. Okay, next is the chloroplast. Chloroplast function. The function of the chloroplast is for the site of photosynthesis, where your plant produces their own food and produces oxygen. Then, anyway, it has double membrane, so the thylakoid, there is this sac called the grana, and the fluid inside it we call stroma. So it contains chlorophyll for the pigment for capturing sunlight energy. Other structures found only in animal cells. So what I'm referring here, the extracellular matrix, ayan, is the collagen, fibronectin, and the proteoglycan complex. So extracellular matrix are also found in other in plant cell actually. So for example, yan is the cell wall. Pero yung other, itong other shock, kaya kasi sabing animal cell lang, is because the type of structure niya. Like, itong glycoprotein, the ECM of the animal cell is composed of glycoprotein. So, sa animal lang. So, like yung, yeah. So, an example of glycoprotein is the collagen and your ECM functions for cell-to-cell communication. Then, now we also have your intercellular functions for the animal cell. Yeah. So, okay. So we have this C, fertilized functions, where two cells are fused to form water type. So, parang siyang ganon. And you have two cells, pag combine them together, like super tight. So we call that tight junction. So, diba meron tayo dun sa Facebook, like, pag may butas daw, and then when you do the stitching, ganyan. And then when you tight it, parang hinugod mo siya when you tight it. Magiging ganyan na itsura niya. Yan yung mga hacks, diba? Eh, parang hindi ko pa rin siya nagagawa. Minsan, yeah. And you also have desmosome. So, desmosome naman, parang siyang reset. So, alam niyo sa construction, when you want to put a hole sa wall, diba? You don't, parang, diba? Ibabarena mo muna siya. Okay. Drill? Yeah. I-drill mo muna siya. And then, hindi mo na agad i-insertin yung nail. Hindi siya ganun. So, you need to have a reset. So, alam kong paano ba siya. Basta, you need to have a reset. Basta ganito yung issue ng reset. You need to have the reset muna para yung nail, hindi siya mahulog. Hindi siya madaling mahulog dun. Para it will be, nandun siya tight. Nakaganon talaga. Nakaganon. See? Yeah. So it has a rivet that fastens the adjacent cells into strong sheaths. Yeah. So for example, here is your rivet. So ito yung rivet. Tapos with the help of these intermittent filaments, mas na parang natatight, napapasan yung adjacent cells niyo. Next is the gap junctions naman. It is a channel where the ions and sugar and small molecules can pass. So gap junctions could also be compared to plasmodesmata. Okay. So these are the organelles that can only be found in the central vacuole. So can also be found in the plant cells. So we have the central vacuole, chloroplast, cell wall of cellulose, and plasmodesmata. But also in your animal cells, we just have your lysosome, centrioles, placental, cilia, and this tight desmosome, tight and gap junction. Now let's go to the endomembrane system. So the endomembrane system, endo meaning within, and then endo meaning within. So it is a group of membrane system. So it is a group of membranes and organelles in the eukaryotic cell that works together to modify, package, and transport lipids and proteins. So it regulates the protein traffic and performs metabolic functions. So, ito lang din yung sinabi ko kanina, yung connection ng from nucleus to RE or the cold chain outside of the cell. So, that is the endomembrane basically. So, what happens is inside the nucleus, diba, you have there um, your DNA or your RNA, diba? Once it undergoes the transcription, you have your mRNA, and then mRNA, it will live out of your nucleus papunta dito sa RAR. And then dito naman sa RAR, yung mRNA mo to undergo translation with the help of the ribosome, and then once it's done with the translation process, magkakaroon ka na ng protein, and that protein will be further modified inside your RER. And then once the modification is complete, okay na siya to ship out, your transport vesicle will deliver it to the cyst of your Golgi apparatus. And then, etong vesicle, parang sasanib siya. Kasama siya doon sa Golgi apparatus nyo. And then, itong mga proteins na to, it will be sorted kung saan siya dapat pumunta. And then, when it's already been sorted, it will be secreted by your transport by secretory vesicle palabas na out of the cell. So, lalabas siya dito sa trans-Golgi. Or some of the membranes kasi, parang it will just go back dito para ma-replenish naman yung parts ng iba, yung membranes ng ibang organelles. Yeah. For example, you have here na yung secretory vesicle na may lamang proteins na okay na nagagamitin ng ibang cell. It will leave out of your plasma membrane na. So, the general pathway is from RER to secretory vesicle. Secretory vesicle or transport vesicle will do. Then Golgi, secretory again. Pero I like it to like call it transport muna, then secretory. Kasi transport ko lang naman. Pero okay lang naman. Okay? And yeah, palabas na ng cell membrane. Okay? So in some cases, the packaged proteins or enzymes became part of the lysosome instead. Okay, so that's all pala. That's all. My gosh, that's 32 minutes of me talking. And I don't know if parang ang gulo ko lang or may natutunan kayo, but I hope you do. Kahit konti. Yeah. But you could just read your modules. Nandun naman na siya lahat, and I hope it helps. So, mahaba kasi talaga yung cell tour. And yeah, that's all. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.